I love the 2050 Trailblazers podcast because I know I'm going to learn something in every episode. I'm going to get acquainted with other leaders in the field, and I'm probably going to laugh. Rianka's interview style is conversational and fun, and even though the topics can be really heavy, racism, sexism, discrimination, the way she approaches them as a less formal conversation makes those topics really more understandable, more approachable, and in doing so, kind of breaks down those taboos around talking about these things and instead uses them to spark conversation to do better and ways that we can improve the field and improve our industry.
Hi, my name's Alexandria Cole, and I love listening to 2050 Trailblazers because it's a podcast that's having tough discussion, and it's a podcast that's allowing us to hear about change. And it's just really refreshing to be able to hear words that maybe we're afraid to use, or having discussions about topics that are very sensitive still. And it's just bringing light to the fact that the world is changing around us, and it's okay to talk about it with other people of different ethnicities and be very aware of things that people go through every day. And I think that's how we're going to make a better world in the financial planning profession and just amongst our peers. And so I really love listening to the podcast. And for me personally, I listen to the podcast twice just because there's so much information being given and things that I have to research and new words that I just haven't heard before. So that's my main reason why I listen to 2050 Trailblazers.
Hey, how you doing? Tyrone Wilson here. I just wanted to chime in about what the 2050 Trailblazers has meant to me and what it has done. And I could just say that right from the very beginning, it was very, very impactful. It really, really hit home, especially from a diversity aspect. Being a business owner in the IT industry, I definitely get the same thing. Additionally, being able to ask those tough questions, I can start by mentioning my family. It was always taboo to try to identify someone's financial standing. It's just one of those things that we just didn't talk about. It was really, really taboo. But, having that confidence really, really was able to bring us closer, bring us together, and put us on a better track as a unit. So definitely keep up the great work. Keep doing what you're doing. And as always, I wish you nothing but happiness and success.
The 2050 Trailblazers guests have deep knowledge to share, and I learn something in every episode. One of the things that I find really unique and interesting and really valuable to me is hearing from the guests, hearing their personal stories of how racism and sexism have affected them in the workplace and outside of the workplace. Really makes those big topics more relatable, more approachable, and from that vantage point, it's easier to see where the problems are and where the opportunities are, where we can make big steps towards improvement in our community and for the financial services field in general.
Good morning, 2050 Trailblazers. My name is Danielle Burns, and I'm really excited to be able to have the opportunity to join on the celebration of the completion of Season 1 of the 2050 Trailblazers podcast. This podcast has been really revolutionary in so many ways. It's been sparking conversation and giving a voice to the conversations that have been historically uncomfortable and not had in the financial services space. And so for that, I am eternally grateful to Rianka and her team for taking the first steps to having these conversations and putting the need out there, the request out there for people to be more inclusive and engaging. For me personally, this podcast has really given voice to things that I've not been able to share and talk about for a very long time. So thank you for that. I look forward to Season 2. Take care.
Hi, Rianka. Thank you for doing the Trailblazers 2050 podcast. I think everyone should listen to it because if we're going to change the world by 2050, we better start right now. So have a great day, everyone. And please listen to Trailblazers 2050.
I am so excited that Rianka Dorsainvil has founded 2050 TrailBlazers podcast. It is the voice of our profession, particularly as it relates to diversity and inclusion. You can hear from us our experiences in navigating this industry that is still lacking in diversity. So I hope that everyone continues to stay tuned and take notes and take action.
So let's listen to these conversations and look with clear eyes at the challenges we face in the financial services industry, and then look also for the opportunities for us to do better in our everyday lives and make financial services better for everybody, for the people that work in it, for our clients, and make it more just and inclusive and equitable.
2050 TrailBlazers to me has been sparking conversation amongst my team. So I can only imagine the conversations that are sparking in your organizations, in your firms. I've actually had firms and organizations reach out to me saying, hey, we have a 2050 TrailBlazers Day. And on Tuesdays, when it drops, we come together as a team and we talk about it. I'm like, that's the purpose. That is the purpose. We have to start turning from a me conversation to a we conversation. Shout out to Charlie for making that just such a clear cut statement. Charlie is someone on our team. Like, we actually talk about each episode. 2050 TrailBlazers is for everyone in the financial planning profession. It's not just for Black and brown people. Like, Black and brown people cannot be the only ones listening to this, because at that point, we're just preaching to the choir. Like, everyone needs to be listening to 2050 TrailBlazers. Only women can't be listening to 2050 TrailBlazers. We need men to listen as well. And so it's awesome. It's awesome that 2050 TrailBlazers is being used for the intention of why it was created. It was created to bring awareness and address the lack of diversity and inclusion in the financial planning profession, in the financial service industry as a whole, but not only just talk about it, but also provide solutions. And the guests that we've had in season 1 have just been phenomenal. So thank you to all of the guests who said yes to when I reached out to them. They had no idea what I was talking about, but I'm like, listen, just trust me. I'm starting this podcast. I really believe in this, and I'm picking you specifically for season 1 for a reason, because we wanted to create a foundation of just the profession. I wanted to touch various pieces from a student perspective, from a outsider's perspective, from a practitioner perspective. So we were able to tackle a lot of things in season 1, but season 2 is just going to be just as great. So I just want to say thank you to the guests of season 1. I want to specifically make a shout out to our sponsors for season 1, because you had nothing to go off of but just my passion behind this. So I just wanted to, I want to, from the bottom of my heart, say thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for believing in this platform where we talk about diversity and inclusion. So I just want to give a big shout out to our leading sponsor, Wealthbox, who with no delay just automatically said yes. Count me in is what the CEO said, John. He said, count me in. So thank you. The Financial Planning Association, TD Ameritrade, the Center for Financial Planning, Riskalyze, First Affirmative Financial Network, the Association of African American Financial Advisors, Flackable, and the XY Planning Network. Thank you. Thank you to all of the sponsors for season 1. We are already just, thinking about season 2, the conversations that we're going to have, the material that we're trying to create from season 1. So if you want to be a part of this, if you want to be a part of making an impact and bringing solutions to the table, reach out to me. If you have some ideas of topic suggestions, reach out to me. If you want to be a sponsor, definitely reach out to me. I think there are some more creative ways we can get sponsors involved in season 2, but just want to say thanks. This was definitely a passion project of mine, and I want to wholeheartedly say thank you for trusting me, because this is a very important conversation, and I'm just a vessel that's delivering it. So thank you. You see now the face behind the voice of 2050 Trailblazers. And so I am signing off for season 1 of 2050 Trailblazers. Thank you.